Skol Vikings Nation. What's good, purple and gold faithful? The 2025 NFL season is creeping closer, and the Minnesota Vikings are about to unleash their schedule, dropping this Wednesday, May 14th, at 7 p.m. Central on NFL Network. We're talking primetime battles, divisional showdowns, and maybe even some international flair. Are you ready to see J.J. McCarthy carve up the league in his first full season as QB1? Buckle up, because we've got leaks, rumors, and all the hype to get you fired up for the Vikings' road to the Super Bowl. Picture this, U.S. Bank Stadium roaring as the Vikings face off against NFC North rivals like the Packers and Lions, or maybe even a cross-conference heavyweight like the Eagles. The NFL's been teasing us with select game reveals starting Monday, and whispers are flying about where Minnesota will kick things off. Could it be a primetime clash against Detroit, a homecoming for McCarthy near his college stomping grounds? The suspense is killing me. What's your dream Week 1 matchup for the Vikings? In this video, we're diving into the 2025 schedule rumors, breaking down the confirmed opponents, and predicting how the Vikings will dominate. From 8 home games to a grueling 9 on the road, we've got the full scoop. Stick with me for 10 electrifying scenes that'll have you chanting Skol louder than ever. Let's get into it. Hit that like button if you're as hyped as I am. Vikings Nation, let's talk home field advantage. The Vikings are set to host 8 games at U.S. Bank Stadium, and the lineup is stacked. We've got the Bears, Lions, and Packers, our NFC North frenemies, plus the Eagles, Commanders, Ravens, Bengals, and Falcons. That's a gauntlet of talent, but with Justin Jefferson torching defenses and Aaron Jones breaking ankles, I'm feeling good about our chances. Which home game are you circling on your calendar? Now, let's not sleep on the atmosphere. U.S. Bank Stadium is a fortress. Over 66,000 fans screaming, the Gillerhorn blasting, and the Skol chant shaking the rafters. Last season, the Vikings went 5-3 at home, and with J.J. McCarthy slinging it, I'm betting we improve that in 2025. Imagine the Ravens' Lamar Jackson trying to hear his play calls over our crowd. Good luck, buddy. What's the loudest Vikings home game you've ever been to? But here's the kicker. Leaks are hinting at some primetime love for Minnesota. A post on X from @VIKINGSpeeps claims the schedule could give the Vikings a massive advantage with key home games. Could we see a Sunday night football showdown against Philly or a Monday night thriller versus Green Bay? Drop your predictions in the comments. I want to know what you're thinking. Road Warriors, assemble. The Vikings face 9 away games in 2025, and it's a brutal slate. Bears, Lions, Packers, Cowboys, Giants, Browns, Steelers, Seahawks, and Chargers. That's a cross-country trek testing McCarthy's mettle against some of the NFL's toughest environments. Think about it, going into Lambeau Field to silence Packers fans or facing the 12th man in Seattle. Are we up for the challenge? One rumor's got me buzzing. The Vikings might open the season against the Lions in Detroit, a primetime Week 1 rematch of last year's 15-2 Lions squad that crushed us in Week 18. A source from SI.com says it could be at Ford Field, a homecoming for McCarthy, who starred at Michigan. If true, that's a statement game for our young QB. Would you rather see us start at home or make a bold road stand? The road schedule's no joke, but our defense, led by Brian Flores, is built for chaos. In 2024, the Vikings ranked top 10 in sacks with 47, and players like Andrew Van Ginkel with 2 pick-sixes are game-changers. Can we shut down Dak Prescott in Dallas or Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh? Let's hear your boldest road win prediction in the comments. International Vikings alert. Rumors are swirling that the Vikings could play back-to-back games overseas. According to SteelersWire.usatoday.com, we're likely facing the Steelers in Dublin, Ireland, in Week 4 at Croke Park. Then, a post on X by @VikingsFanpage says we might jet to London to battle the Browns in Week 5 at Tottenham. 2 neutral site games in a row? That's wild. Who's booking a flight to cheer on the purple? Playing overseas is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it turns road games into neutral ones, leveling the playing field. On the other, 10-plus days abroad could mess with the team's rhythm. The Vikings haven't played internationally since 2017 in London, where they beat the Browns 33-16. Can we repeat that dominance? What's your take on these international matchups? Love 'em or hate 'em? The Steelers' game in Dublin is especially juicy. Pittsburgh's bringing a stout defense, but their offense, led by Russell Wilson, struggled in 2024, averaging just 22 points per game. If our secondary, with guys like Byron Murphy Jr., locks down their receivers, we could steal this one. Drop a comment with your score prediction for Vikings versus Steelers. Let's zoom in on Week 1 rumors because the hype is real. A leak from SI.com claims the Vikings could face an NFC North rival to kick off 2025, with the Lions as the frontrunner. Picture J.J. McCarthy, fresh off a stellar offseason per Kevin O'Connell's comments on The Rich Eisen Show, throwing dimes to Jefferson against Jared Goff's Lions. That's must-watch TV. Which NFC North foe do you want us to crush first? The Lions rumor makes sense. Since 2003, the Vikings have opened against a division rival 18 times, going 9-9, per SI.com. A primetime slot at Ford Field would be electric, especially with McCarthy's Michigan ties. But there's also chatter about a Packers or Bears matchup. Imagine silencing Caleb Williams' Chicago crowd. What's the ultimate Week 1 vibe you're hoping for? Here's where it gets spicy. Posts from @PurpleForTheWin suggest the NFL might be setting up the Vikings for a tough early test with these division games. If we start 1-0 against a rival, it sets the tone for the season. Vikings Nation, let's manifest a Week 1 dub. Drop a skull in the comments if you're feeling it. Time to talk J.J. McCarthy, our QB1 and the future of this franchise. After missing most of 2024 with a meniscus injury, he's back and looking sharp, per O'Connell's recent comments. The Vikings passed on Aaron Rodgers' one-year pitch to stick with McCarthy, a move VikingsTerritory.com says was all about long-term growth. Are you as pumped as I am to see this kid ball out? McCarthy's got weapons. Jefferson led the NFL with 1,809 receiving yards in 2024, and Aaron Jones rushed for 1,122 yards. But the schedule leaks hint at early tests, like facing Baltimore's aggressive defense or Philly's Super Bowl champs. Can McCarthy handle the pressure? I say he's built for it. What's one play you want to see JJ make this season? The fanbase is split on O'Connell's hesitation to name McCarthy the starter, as noted by Bleacher Report's BS Meter. Some see it as coach speak, others as caution. I'm betting JJ takes the reins Week 1 and never looks back. Vikings Nation, sound off in the comments. Do you trust McCarthy to lead us to the playoffs? Let's break down the NFC North gauntlet. The Vikings face the Bears, Lions, and Packers twice each, 6 games that could make or break our season. In 2024, the Lions swept us, the Packers split, and we dominated the Bears. With McCarthy under center, can we flip the script on Detroit and keep Green Bay's Jordan Love in check? The home games against these rivals are going to be lit. Picture US Bank Stadium in Week 3, hosting the Packers with Jefferson burning their secondary. Or a late-season clash with the Lions, fighting for playoff seeding. The Vikings' 3-3 NFC North record in 2024 needs to improve. Which divisional home game are you most hyped for? Rumors from VikingsWire.usatoday.com suggest the NFL might front-load our division games, giving us a chance to set the tone early. A strong start against Chicago or Green Bay could spark a playoff run. Vikings Nation, let's debate. Do we sweep one rival this year, and if so, who? Drop your thoughts below. The cross-conference matchups are no slouch either. At home, we've got the Ravens, Bengals, and Falcons. Teams with dynamic QBs like Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and maybe Michael Penix Jr. On the road, we face the Cowboys, Giants, and Chargers. That's a lot of star power. Which non-division opponent scares you the most? Let's focus on the Ravens game at home. Baltimore's run-heavy attack, averaging 152 yards per game in 2024, will test our front seven. But our pass rush, with 47 sacks last year, could rattle Jackson. I'm dreaming of a Van Ginkel strip sack to seal a W. What's your game plan to stop Lamar? Posts from @VikingsMan_28 predict a tough road game against the Chargers on Christmas Day. Facing Justin Herbert in LA late in the season could be a playoff-clinching moment. Vikings Nation, give me your boldest upset pick for these cross-conference games. Preseason prep is also on the horizon. The Vikings get 2 home games at US Bank Stadium, giving McCarthy and the rookies a chance to shine before the real deal. In 2024, our preseason went 3-0 with young guys like Dallas Turner showing out. Who's a rookie you're watching this August? These games are more than warm-ups. They're where depth players like Sam Howell, our new backup QB per Heavy.com, fight for roster spots. Leaks suggest we might face AFC foes like the Titans or Colts in the preseason. Any opponents you'd love to see us tune up before Week 1? The hype around the schedule release is building, and I'm curious. Do you prefer the preseason to be a cakewalk or a real test? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the Skol spirit alive as we count down to Wednesday's big reveal. Let's talk leaks and what they mean for our playoff push. A mock schedule from @VikingsMan_28 on X has us facing Seattle in Week 1, Pittsburgh and Dublin Week 4, and a Thanksgiving showdown in Dallas. If true, that's a wild ride. Which rumored game has you most excited? The international games could shake up our early season. Back-to-back weeks abroad might tire the team, but it also means no true road hostility. The Vikings' 10-7 record in 2024 fell short in the wild-card round. Can a quirky schedule like this fuel a deeper run? What's your Super Bowl prediction for the Vikings? One thing's clear. The NFL's throwing curveballs and we need to adapt. With Flores' defense and McCarthy's arm, I'm betting we hit 11 wins. Vikings Nation, let's make some noise. Drop your win total prediction in the comments and tell me why. Alright, Vikings Nation, we're at the finish line, and the 2025 schedule drop is almost here. Wednesday night, May 14th, NFL Network, 7 p.m. Central. Mark your calendars. From international battles to NFC North wars, this season's gonna be a roller coaster. Are you ready to see the Vikings hoist that Lombardi trophy? Let's keep the energy high. Check out Vikings.com for the latest news and FanDuel Sportsbook for betting odds on our games. I want to hear your wildest takes, best matchup, breakout player, or even your dream Super Bowl matchup. Drop it all in the comments below. If you're as pumped as I am for the Vikings 2025 season, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss a single update. Share this video with your fellow Skol brothers and sisters, and let's pack US Bank Stadium with purple pride. Skol Vikings, let's ride to glory.